Old School is back. It's that man. And I don't mean Sonic, because he's not a man, he's a hedgehog. It's Dave is with me. Dave's playing Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Master System. Mate, how you doing? Do you like this game? Silly question.
I'm dusting off the controller because it's been a while since I've been in Old School. I nearly forgot the name of it. Yeah, this. Sonic Master System. Yeah, I absolutely loved it back in the day. A friend of mine had a Master System, and I remember playing it thinking, this is cool. It's different from the Mega Drive version, which is a plus. And yeah, it's a good game if you've got a Master System or an emulator.
Now, I was going to say unpopular opinion. I don't know if this is unpopular. This is my favourite version of Sonic the Hedgehog 1, basically. Master System, not the Mega Drive.
You prefer this one to the Mega Drive version?
Yes.
Ooh, that is interesting. I don't think you'll be alone in that, because I know there are other people that really like the Master System version.
Yeah, there's something about the gameplay. I mean, obviously the Mega Drive Genesis version looks graphically better. It's gorgeous, Sonic on Mega Drive. It's an absolute... Just to this day, you can put it on and it still looks ahead of its time. It looks colourful, it's gorgeous. There's something about the gameplay in this Master System version I found... I can't even find words. Cleaner, snappier, a little bit more challenging, because I found the original Sonic on Mega Drive a tad bit easy, just to blast through levels. But this, for some reason, I found it harder. I just love this version, and I've been waiting to do this game, but I wanted Dave to be playing it. I wanted Dave to be on this episode of Old School with me to have a look at this Sonic. Mate, what are your memories with this version, Master System?
I can remember going around to a good friend of mine's house. He had a Master System, and I remember seeing him play this and thinking, yeah, this is pretty cool. However, I'm going to show a bit of gaming snobbery here. I remember saying to him at the time, which upset him, and I understand why it upset him, I said the Mega Drive version is better because of the graphics, the sound, and just the general look of everything.
Which is fair, and it is how it was when we were kids. And when we were kids... There was a guy who lived up the street from me, Mark. Big shout out to Mark. He won't be watching this, but if you are Mark, it's been a long time since I've seen you. He had a Master System. His family couldn't afford a Mega Drive. And I had only played the Mega Drive version of this. And then I played this at his house on a black and white TV, guys, as well. He had it plugged into the days of the black and white television set. But I was hooked. I didn't own any Sega consoles, but I was hooked. I was like, this is a really cool platformer, and it still looks fantastic.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And the thing with this...
Glitch time.
Dave managed to glitch the game. The thing with this as well, in Sonic 1 on the Mega Drive, and I'm about to give the game away, to get the emeralds, you went to a special stage. In Sonic 1 on the Master System, you didn't. You found them in the level. So you just saw me find that one there.
Was that due to memory limitations, do you think? Keep it all in one place?
Oh, I'm not so sure, because this game does have bonus stages. If you cross the checkpoint or the spinning post at the end of the level with more than 50 rings, I think it is, you go to a bonus stage. So I'm not sure if it was memory or whether they just decided to switch it up.
Is the Game Gear version, which I love as well, but I've played, that basically this Master System Sonic?
Yeah, it's absolutely identical, but they have adjusted the graphics a bit because it's obviously catering to a smaller screen with the Game Gear, lower resolution.
Sure. Yeah, I thought that was the case. It's so cool seeing this all these years later.
It is.
It's
a damn good game.
Hopefully, Dave, you'll get to another stage where it all drastically changes from a visual standpoint.
Yeah.
That's my Amazon Echo, whatever it's called in the background, guys. Have you heard that? I don't know why it keeps speaking to me when I'm not even asking it anything.
Hey, I forgot about that.
So yeah, reception. This game, guys, had high praise, as you all know. But this version also had high praise. And it's interesting looking back, because there are some publications who did say that they enjoyed this version a tad more from a gameplay perspective than the 16-bit version. So it's interesting that there are other people out there who share my opinion of this. Like, Sonic on the Mega Drive, don't get me wrong, it's incredible. I love it as a platformer. Back in the day, I don't think I appreciated it, but now I do. But this game, there's something about it. This is one of my favourite platformers, mate. If you had to list your favourite platformers of all time, mine is Mario 3. I make no secret of that. This would be in my top 5, the Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, I would go along with that too. For me, Mario 3 would be at the very top, but I do like the Mega Drive version of Sonic 2. And again, that trait of the Master System version being trickier, more difficult, extends to Sonic 2 as well.
Yeah, Sonic 2 on Mega Drive. I haven't played it on Master System.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, it's different to the Mega Drive version. So I'm glad that they made it a different game entirely. It's not copying the Mega Drive version the slightest. And it's tricky. It's a really tricky game.
We need to... So you got that bit of slowdown and flickering, guys, which is going to be the case with 8-bit. But yeah, we need to look at that, mate. Master System, old school. I'll get you on for old school for that. Because, like I've already said, I haven't... The only Sonic game I have played on the Master System is this, the original. Whilst I've got you on the line, on the old phone line, mate, racking up my phone bill here.
Yeah.
As an aside, but it's still related to Sonic, what do you make of the new Sonic games, like the recent Sonic games we've had on Series X, PS5?
If we're talking about Sonic, it's not Sonic Origins we're talking about, because that is just a collection of the old games again, which I don't think is very good.
I mean one on a big 3D landscape, like open world kind of thing, and you're like running on huge snake back roller coaster things. And my brother's got it. I was watching him play it in his room. I have to say, it looked barren. It looked boring. It basically wasn't for me. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally agree. Now, if you to ask me, I absolutely hate pretty much every 3D Sonic game that's ever been released. I think all of them are terrible. And I know people are going to go, but really, what about Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes? No, I hated them. Sonic does not translate well to 3D because of one thing and one thing only. Sonic is very fast. And going fast and trying to do 3D platforming at the same time, forget it. It's why Mario works, because Mario was a slower paced, better game in that regard.
Spot on. That's what I always have this debate with my brother, who's a big fan of the newer and the old Sonic games, but he also loves the modern day ones. And that's my argument with Matt. It's like the Mario games, like Dave just said, they're slower and methodical.
Yeah, they are.
Whereas Sonic is about speed and getting through stages quickly and that kind of thing. So it never worked for me when it went over to 3D, those big 3D worlds. And the name escapes me, the latest Sonic game. I don't even know if it reviewed well.
Frontiers, Sonic Frontiers, that's what it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
I was bored. I was watching my brother playing it. I was like, where's the magic? There's nothing. It looked like Death Stranding, the landscape he was running around. It was just big green open plains with nothing in there, nothing to do. I just didn't like it.
And here we are, the aforementioned bonus stage I was talking about, because I managed to get enough rings and finish it. And you'd have seen me get another emerald. I found another emerald.
Yeah, this is just timeless Sonic the Hedgehog, like on all platforms really, because we saw this on what? Let's think. We saw this Master System, Mega Drive, Genesis, Game Gear. Yeah. Where else? 360 release? A re-release of it? I'm not sure.
Yeah, there would have been. Yeah, in fact, there would have been some mega collections on the PS2 and GameCube as well. Again, just the old games brought together in a collection. But also Sonic 4 Episode 1 and 2 that got released later on, which, we'll cover those in the future. I won't give away my thoughts on those.
And final thoughts, guys, or not final thoughts, but I will read you out a snippet of what Super Mario creator Shigeru Miyamoto, I can never say his name.
Shigeru Miyamoto.
You all know. This is what he had to say about Sonic, which is interesting. When Sonic first became a thing, this game basically, he said, "I think Sega succeeded in making a good, strong character. There are lots of games that try to imitate Mario, but Sega did especially well with Sonic. Despite his resemblance to Mario, there are some special points that make him different. The energy, for example. Among Mario's imitations, Sonic is a good one." And I think that's a classy statement there from the Nintendo dude.
Yeah, I agree. Because it would have been really, really easy to say, oh my god, they tried to make this blue hedgehog, which is ridiculous. Mario's great. Mario rules okay.
spot on. It was this was Sega at their best. Me and Dave were exchanging a chat over WhatsApp yesterday. I'm talking about how we missed Sega, and it was a shame that they kind of just disappeared from the game, from making hardware, rather. Obviously, we still kind of see their games, and they had some very talented developers. I would love Sega, like I say, to be in the game, mate, today, bringing us out consoles alongside the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, likewise, and still seeing them, bringing out those arcade classics and bringing them home, because they were so good. It's what got Sega into people's homes, those home conversions of Altered Beast and Golden Axe, Shinobi, etc. We've lost all that now. We don't have anything like that. Yeah,
we don't, and it was a great time from a gaming perspective to be involved with it all. You needed Sega to make Nintendo good, and you needed Nintendo to make Sega good. They pushed each other.
Yeah, they did.
And that's why we got these competitive Sonic v Mario, whatever you want to call it, like just fanboys of both. I always loved both, but you got both games pushing each other's boundaries. You also then got Streets of Rage and all of these cool brawlers and stuff like that, because again, you need competitors. It's a bit like the footy games today, and I'm rambling here, but it's like PES made FIFA rethink their strategy, and FIFA all of a sudden became a serious game, and vice versa. And I think that's missing now. It's like Nintendo were just on their own, out in the wilderness kind of thing, and they've got no one pushing them anymore. I'd love them to have a Sega around. They were good times.
Yeah, I totally agree. And to have a Sega around, to have those games again, we're lacking all those games. And I could talk about things like Virtua Striker and Sega Rally, like I was saying to you the other day. I would love to see a new Virtua Striker or a new Sega Rally, but that is not going to happen.
Yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this trip down memory lane. Let us know what you thought of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sega Master System. I'm not going to feature Sonic 1 on Genesis Mega Drive on old school. I don't really see much point. This is the version I wanted us to look at and talk about all the Nintendo Sega stuff, and it's been the perfect opportunity to do so. So like I say, let us know what you thought of this version or the Game Gear version. Do you prefer the Genesis version? And look out for more content coming to the channel as Dave... Look at Dave, he's just flying. Dave could do this with his eyes closed. Yeah, mate, thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Old School. Cool to have you back on this series, and we'll speak to you all soon.
Sega!